This video will cover the other 4 locations the Duke can possibly spawn in for Mission 8 on Dishonored 2. I was only able to cover 1 in the hitless guide, so the other 4 that'll be covered in this will be the throne room, the office, the garden, and Delilah's chambers. So in general, we're going to be on the lookout for red guards in the room. That's our key sign that Duke is there. If you see a blue guard or if you see a maid in the room, then you know for sure Duke's not there. This is important because we're not always given a clue by the NPCs at the start of the mission, so you may have to look around the property and try and find Duke yourself. So without further ado, let's get started.
For the Duke in the Grand Throne Chamber.
So the throne chamber is one of the most convenient ones. It's very close. We can also start the dialogue between the Duke and his guards by just zooming in right here. Emily or Corvo needs to be within earshot for that to start, so that is a very convenient trigger for us. Next, we're going to go over to the back side of the building, and we're going to teleport very close to the door behind this guard. Then we're going to walk into the door and close it while we're kind of still in it, and teleport behind the throne. This is important because there's a electric tower in the room that will zap you if you don't, and we're going to wait for the guards to be dismissed. As you can see, one guard's already leaving. That's because we triggered that dialogue early. I'm going to go ahead and take the whale oil out, and as soon as this guard has fully left the room, I'll be able to approach Duke with no issues.
It'll be a long night. I've ordered food sent over to the Duke.
So this is an example where the NPC does not give us an additional clue. So I'm going to look to the throne room just to make sure that I see a maid in there. That tells us the Duke's not there, and when I look in here, I see 2 red guards. That's an immediate sign Duke is in this room. To confirm that he is, I'm going to wait to see him here. There he is. So we can confirm his location, and now we can head up to the top of the roof. We're going to take the same entrance that we would for the Duke's chambers, but we're going to go down an extra level. So enter this little hole. Press yourself against the wall, and then teleport down to the second block. Then we can teleport into this hallway. So the guards and Duke are in the room to our right. What I'm going to do is open the door and immediately teleport up. So you can teleport to the chandelier or the top of the bookcase, whatever's more convenient for you. And then from here, it's just a matter of waiting for the dialogue.
Sometimes a man just needs time by himself. My responsibilities weigh upon me. Being put up on the scale. Well, like some prize bull each week, told to gain a pound or 2 to keep up with the good.
It'll be a long night. I've ordered food for the Duke out in the garden.
So the garden is, in my opinion, the toughest one, just because there's a long path you have to trek to get over here. And there's a lot of guards between the starting position and this location, and then there's a lot of guards around that location as well. There's also a dog at the location that I don't like. But anyway, we're going to climb down this cliff and then walk across this white beam. And there's a zap tower in there, so that's my main reason for not climbing along the roof. I can hit you through those little gaps. Then from here, we're just going to wait for Duke to dismiss his guards. So there is a dog on the right side of the painting that's laying on the floor, and after Duke dismisses his guards in this location, the dog does not go away. So you need to be very careful. So you can either wait here, or you can also go on the roof. And I like to lean just to see. And I notice sometimes Duke gets caught on the painting like this. When he does this, you can drop down, and it will stop his AI loop that's happening right now.
Sometimes a man just needs time by
So now he's dismissed his guards. We can hop back up if we want to be super safe, just to make sure the guards leave the area before we show ourselves. But again, there is still this dog here, so you can see him right here. What I like to do to not trigger that dog is just wait right here, and the Duke will actually walk up to you.
Of course, the Duke kept some of the clockwork soldiers for himself.
Are you here about my new boots, perhaps? I want them redone.
And you can tell from that dialogue line, he is the real Duke, so we would kill him in this case.
It'll be a long night. I've ordered food for the Duke in Delilah's chambers.
So Delilah's chambers is on the back side of the property. I found that this RNG is quite rare, so you most likely won't see it, but just in case, we're going to go over it. You can climb up the back side of the house and then scale down the cliff. Optionally, you can take this little balcony and then just teleport down. It's going to be that room right below us. So when we drop down, there's going to be a red guard right on the other side of this door. So we're not even going to open and go inside. We're just going to wait and see that we are able to spot the Duke from here, so we know for sure we're in the right spot. Since we're within earshot of this dialogue, the conversation between the Duke and the guards has already started, and eventually he will dismiss them. So they're going to come out of the door in front of us, and we're going to teleport up to get out of sight. Once the guards come out of the door, we're going to teleport down and then enter the room to speak with or kill the Duke.
Wait till he puts on those boots. Sees the surprise I left for him. Idiot.
This one does take a little bit of time to trigger. The Duke will walk back here and say some more dialogue about Delilah, and then he should dismiss them.
Just go. Take it right from under their noses. Idiots.
What I wouldn't give for a bottle of pear soda.
So we just heard that dialogue. Now we can wait for the guards. So always remember there's 2 guards, not just 1. So we want to wait for both of them to come out. And then there's going to be a nice window to just teleport down here and get into the room without either of them noticing. So you can climb up and then teleport directly into the room with Duke. And there is absolutely no risk here.